up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down.
You are listening to Wizayne's podcast on the Three Bozos Network. Yo, let's go.
Welcome to another episode of Wizayne's podcast on the Three Bozos Network. I am your host, Wizayne the Pizain. As always, don't forget to follow, subscribe, download our podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts. Find us on YouTube, subscribe there, and find us on social media, X, TikTok, and Instagram. Give us a like, give us a comment. Well, now that we have all that out of the way, I bet you're wondering, where have you been, Wizayne the Pizain and other two bozos? Well, let me take you down a trip, a story of sorts, since the last time you heard my silky smooth, now gravelly sounding and a little bit nasally voice. We had planned on doing another Three Bozos big show, not this past Tuesday, but the Tuesday before, minus one Brooksy boy, because he was out of the country on vacation / honeymoon. And it was going to be me, Boz, and G-God, Trelane. Well, Tuesday night rolls around, and Boz is saying he's going to be another hour. Well, I can't have any of that. So that would have made it from like 8:30 to 9:30, maybe even 10 before we even got started. I had to be up at 6:30 a.m. Like, I can't do that shit. I'm sorry. I got to take my kid to preschool. Got to go to work all day. I just couldn't do it. And it didn't matter anyway because G-God was asleep the whole time. So we said, hey, let's do it on Saturday night instead. So I take my son to school the next morning. This is Tuesday to Wednesday before that happened. And we get a call from his preschool teacher saying little G Money has a fever. 101 degrees. So my wife picked him up, brought him home, and little G Money was all pathetic. Fever, all crying, cuddly. So I come home from work and cuddle the little man, and then the next morning, well, you guessed it. I came down with the sickness. Ooh, ah, 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 ah. Come on, get down with the sickness. Little G Money gave it to me. So I had to take a few days of work myself. I mean, we're talking last week. And then Saturday rolls around and I couldn't do it. I was too sick. Every time I would, just sit there, my nose started dripping like a faucet. I was coughing. No fever. Never got the fever. So we made it to the weekend and didn't do anything. Just stayed sick all weekend. And my wife, K-Cup Slow Drip, did not get it. Did not get sick at all. Me and little G Money, sick as a dog. K-Cup Slow Drip, not sick at all. So we get to this week, and more of the same. We get little G Money off to preschool. He gets there 2 days. Was it Monday and Tuesday? And Wednesday rolls around and we get another call from the preschool saying he has another fever. They have a policy, 24 hours. You have to stay out of school and then they have to have no fever when they come back. So Well, we kept little G Money out of school today, and hopefully he can go back tomorrow. Whereas I've been blowing into tissues all sorts of funny colors myself. All green and different shades of, it looks like Slimer from the Ghostbusters in my tissue. I hate being sick. It sucks. I'm a big baby when I'm sick. I just want to be left alone, you know? It's like everybody always still wants stuff from me. They still want me to go do stuff. It's like, just leave me alone. Just let me be sick in my misery by myself. Can't do that with a family. There's things to do. Children to take care of. Not to mention my elderly parents always need something too. Which is fine. I just don't want to deal with it when I'm sick. Fucking hate being sick. Anyway, well, there you go. That's the story. That's why you have not heard us in over a week. Because, well, I'm the one who launches this rocket off. We might all steer it, but I'm the one who launches it. And if I can't even get liftoff, then, well, you can't hear us in your ears. So, other than that, I don't have much else to say. Been dealing with some crazy weather around here. I know. It's such interesting topics. Me being sick, the toddler being sick, and now weather. Florida weather. Driving home yesterday, and I swear it was like God was right over me. It's like kaboom, kaboom, kaboom all around. It's like as soon as the lightning hit, it was just bam. Like fucking, what's his name? That chef guy used to say bam all the time. I forget his name. He hasn't been relevant in a very long time. It's okay. It's not like he's a Gordon Ramsay or a Bobby Flay. No. Or a Wolfgang Puck. Anyway, I don't know how I got off on that. Yeah. Anyway, and then getting home, just driving in the middle of a monsoon. Can't even see 2 feet in front of you because the rain droplets are so thick coming out of the air and into the ground below where I am driving my pickup truck. That's right, I'm a truck driver. I drive a pickup truck. And, yippee, there you go. But I make it home now, safe and sound to my family. And hopefully the weather gets a little nicer. It'd be nice to have a good summer that's not all rain. But there you go. Nothing interesting going on here. Just the daily struggles of a middle-aged, middle-class white guy with a wife and a kid. You know, real struggles in life. That's top of the food chain struggles there. I don't think other people understand how hard it is to be a middle-aged white guy with a family. Yeah. Don't take it too seriously, people. Come on, it's jokes. Besides, my brain's not really working. Everything's all snot up there right now. Got snot brain. All right, well. Yippee-yo, here we go. On to the news. I don't have anything in particular I'm reading from right now, but there's a lot of stuff that's been going on. A whole bunch of stuff. We had the DNC last week where Kamala Harris was officially presented to the public the delegates all came in with their votes and said, Kamala, we appoint you, yes, not voted on, but appointed our presidential candidate after we had a coup to get Joe Biden out of there. That's pretty much what it was. You can bet your bottom dollar that they said, hey, old Joe, we're going to invoke the 25th Amendment if you don't get your old ass out of there. And after he realized where he was, he said, okay, if you say so. He's been on the beach lately. He said, fuck this presidential shit. I'm going to go hang out on the beach. They're going to kick me out. Well, I'm going to go enjoy myself. It's what old people should do. They should go hang out at the beach and not run countries. But, well, if you're senile at least. So, old Kamala Harris is now the representative for the Democratic Party with her vice president running mate, Tim Walz, as Trump would call him, Tampon Tim. It's an all-time great Trump name. And sometimes they miss, you know. Like Ron DeSanctimonious, that was a kind of a bad one. But Tampon Tim that's a home run right there. I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, Libertarian, Green Party, Whig Party, Tea Party, fucking Kid and Play House Party. Tampon Tim is a winner. Well, he's a loser, but the name's a winner. And yeah, so now we have a appointed candidate, never happened before in history, who isn't running on a platform at all. She has no platform, not yet at least, has not done a one-on-one interview. Well, she's going to be doing an interview here in about an hour or so on CNN, I think, with Tim Walz. No solo. Nope, it's going to be her and old Timmy. Tampon Tim on CNN doing a duet with some softball questions, probably about what flavor ice cream they like. They might want to try to get away from the ice cream questions. That's more of a Joe Biden thing. Maybe they'll ask her, I don't know, what her favorite Little Debbie snack is. And then they'll ask old Tim Walz, what's his favorite brand of tampon? I know Tampax is probably top of the list. And yeah, so you got Kamala, you know, no interviews, wanting her way at the debate. She wants the microphones on, which was different than the CNN debate. This one's going to be on ABC. The CNN debate with Joe Biden / Trump was microphones muted, so they wouldn't talk over each other. And that's what they agreed for the ABC one too. And then last minute, Kamala, or Kamabala, as Trump has been calling her, or Kamala. I really don't know how to pronounce it, if it's Kamala or Kamala. But you guys know who I'm talking about. And that's all that matters. Well, she wanted mics on, no muting. And that's so she could have a I am speaking moment like she did when she debated Pence all back in 2020. And that's all she has, really, because everything else that comes out of her mouth is straight doo-doo. Let's see, what did I see today? Saw some old thing about how she's took some quote from Martin Luther King Jr. from a 1960 Playboy interview, and she made it her own, something about her being a little kid and asking what she really wanted, and she said, I want freedom. And I guess Martin Luther King talked about some little girl he knew back in 1960, and it's like the same story back. I don't know how new that story is. Sometimes you just see things online, but that happened. Yeah. Oh, Kamala. I'm not confident that her momentum is going to continue. I think it's going to drop off pretty drastically when she starts talking. If she's off teleprompter, she's about as bad as Joe Biden is. She's pretty terrible. But we shall see. We shall see if... Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. People do hate Donald Trump a lot. So he could still lose just because enough people don't like him. He could lose to somebody who was appointed the position, who has no platform, does no interviews, and might just do one debate. That is how much people hate old Donald Trump. I don't know how long I'm going to keep going on tonight. I'm still dealing with my sickness, but we'll keep going. We'll see what happens. Let's see. The other big story is Donald Trump went to I believe it was the Arlington Cemetery, where to honor the 13 servicemen who were killed in the suicide bombing back when we pulled out of Afghanistan in that disaster. And he was invited by the families, and apparently you're not supposed to photograph or videotape anything for political reasons. And the people at the cemetery, and I guess it's a law, the people at the cemetery and Trump's campaign got into it about it. And I mean, the families are talking about how grateful that Trump could come and everything, and they invite, and so I guess you got the Republicans saying that they were invited to be there. Of course, they're going to film it. And then you got the Democrats saying rules are rules. So honestly, it's like he said, she said, but yeah, I guess that's the biggest hubbub. Well, other than that, I don't got anything else off the top of my head. So when that happens, you guys, you know what's next. That's right. It's time for the 1440 news feed. 1440 news feed. Pew, 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 pew. 1440 news feed. All right. Hold on 1 second. Let me clear my throat. Let me clear my throat. A little bit of water wash down the mucus that's formed in the back of my throat. Oh, now it's in my belly. Yum. A jury found former Nevada County official Robert Telles guilty yesterday of the 2022 murder of journalist Jeff German. Or is it Germain? I don't know. The case garnered attention as the only known U.S. journalist among almost 70 killed worldwide that year and raised concerns of press freedom. German, a journalist for the Las Vegas Review-Journal, had reported on allegations of inappropriate work behavior in Tell's office, including bullying and favoritism, as well as romantic affair between Tell's and an employee. In September 2022, he was found stabbed to death outside his home. Local police and German's colleagues zeroed in on Tell's, who had lost his re-election bid following German's expose as the prime suspect. Physical evidence, photos, surveillance videos, and DNA confirmed Tell's was behind the murder. Tell's was first elected Clark County Public Administrator in 2018 in charge of overseeing unclaimed estates in the Las Vegas area. He was found guilty of first-degree murder and faces up to life in prison. Oh, no. Well, it seems like justice was done. That's pretty extreme. Kill somebody over messing up your, I don't know, weird minor political career, but hope they throw the book at him, which it looks like they are. Sia tells. West Bank raids. There we go again. Israel launched airstrikes and raids in multiple cities in the West Bank yesterday, killing at least 10 Hamas militants, per Hamas and Israeli figures, and arresting other suspects. The operation was believed to be the country's largest there in 20 years. Since the start of the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza, Israel has conducted near daily raids in the West Bank. Israel says it seeks to counter a rise in militant activity there. At least 19 Israelis have been killed in recent months, per Israeli figures. Israeli sentiments there have meanwhile expanded, and Israeli settlers' attacks on Palestinians have been on the rise. Israeli soldiers and settlers have killed at least 652 Palestinians in the West Bank since the start of the war, according to the Palestinian Health Ministry. Biden administration imposes sanctions on an Israeli security official and security company operating in the West Bank. Do I need to even repeat it? Airstrikes and raids. Yeah. I mean, if they hit their targets, great. If they mean to hit their targets and innocent civilians die too, whoops. It's just more... Get the bad guys. Don't kill the innocent people. Or at least kill as little as possible. And it's just never going to end. And then, of course, it's spilled over into our country, where you got idiots protesting with Palestinian flags everywhere. Probably most of them don't even know half of what's going on over there. They're just following the cult, the liberal cult that they follow. Oh, it's all cults. It's all religion. Politics is a religion now. And MAGA too, That's pretty much a religion. Literally, Trump gets shot in the freaking head, and normal people all would have been running away. They all would have been stomping over each other, trying to get out of there. And they all just sit there oh, what happened? Some of them kind of ducking. Some of them aren't even ducking down. They're just standing there. So yeah, it's all a cult, It's culty. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know. Not my best take, but it is what it is. Told you, my brain's not working. It's full of snot. Berkshire joins $1 trillion club. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway conglomerate reached $1 trillion in market capitalization yesterday. The firm joins just 6 other U.S. companies currently valued at 13 figures: Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Alphabet, which is Google, Meta, which is Facebook, and Amazon. It goes on to talk about average 20% annual return since the native Nebraskan being Warren Buffett bought Berkshire Hathaway, blah, blah, blah. So there you go. Berkshire Hathaway, part of the $1 trillion club. Good for you. PGA Tour Championship kicks off. I'm going to start getting into golfing. I don't like to watch it really, but I have golf clubs, and I kind of want to do it. I've been meaning to for a long time. I used to go to the driving range a lot, but I've really only played 18 holes one time, and I lost all my golf balls because I was so bad. But I'm older now. I got a little bit more money. I could pay for lessons, or I could just keep practicing. I live in close to an old people community, so I could just go use their driving range and golf courses and stuff. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take up golf. Wizayne the Pizain taking up Gizolf. Beetlejuice kicks off the 81st Venice Film Festival. I know they did the. And Nikki Glazer tapped to host the 2025 Golden Globe Awards. Those stupid award show, the Oscars. It's just a bunch of rich, pretentious fucking assholes circle jerking each other about how great they are. All fuck themselves. But I'm kind of psyched to see the new Beetlejuice. It looks kind of good. I like the original. Original is dope. Male fruit flies become oblivious to threats during attempts to mate. New study suggests research finds the chemical dopamine plays a key role in silencing risk-reward signals. I mean, do you blame them? You know, when fruit fly is getting his game on, they're playing a little Barry White in the background. Oh yeah, getting down and dirty in this bitch. Bum, bum, bum. Ow, 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 ow. And doesn't even notice when here comes old little frog, little tree frog. He's like, I see that fruit fly. I'm gonna get him. Look at him. He's getting his game on. He's doing fruit fly doggy style right now. Oh, I got him. But I don't blame him. Got to get your groove on. Oh, here's something I wanted to touch on. Telegram founder Pavel Durov, I guess that's how you say it, charged with crimes in France over illegal activity on app. So, he makes Telegram. Telegram isn't really moderated and is mostly anonymous, which nefarious people use for that reason. But it's also kind of a freedom of speech thing. I think we should be able to communicate without being monitored. And he literally just made the thing. It's not his fault that, you don't sue Remington because somebody murders somebody with one of your guns. And you don't arrest the guy who made Telegram because people are doing bad shit on your platform. They're really bad shit, but not everybody's there doing bad shit. Most people aren't, and they're really throwing the book at him. I'm seeing something like 30 years or some shit like that. And that's terrible. That is terrible in my book. You gotta let him go. Just for the sake of freedom, you gotta let him go. FBI report finds shooter at Trump rally had research campaign schedules of both former President Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Saw Pennsylvania rally as a target of opportunity. Man, I'm seeing all sorts of crazy conspiracy theories on this guy. I saw one where they tracked his phone and it took him to a place in this parking lot that's a few miles away from FBI headquarters that are close by, and that's where FBI would meet with all their informants. There's like a known place where they would meet with their informants. Conspiracy level thing, you don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just one of the things I heard. But yeah, I don't know. It seems all very... you guys have seen it by now. It's just crazy. Guy gets up there. You guys wandering around. They knew about him like hours beforehand. He was able to get up there. He was able to take that shot, barely missing Trump just because he turned his head. All of it just doesn't even seem like real life, the way it happened. But just the ineptness of it all is also just terrible. Yeah, there's something there. I think... I'm not going to say it. I think they tried to take him out, honestly. Not in like a, we're really going to take him out kind of way, more like we're going to let this guy do his thing and turn our heads. Act like we don't see it. We're going to whistle. Yeah. Supreme Court maintains temporary injunction on President Biden's $400 billion student loan forgiveness plan. 8 million people currently enrolled in plan known as SAVE announced last fall. So I think that's bullshit. I shouldn't have to pay for other people's student loans because they made bad financial decisions. Hey, it's part of being a fucking adult, okay? Just sorry, not sorry. You took out a loan and you have to pay it back. All those tons of other people have paid their loans back. You got to do the same shit. I shouldn't have to pay for your loans. More so, people who didn't even go to fucking college shouldn't have to pay your loans because they just chose not to. That was a decision you made, so you should reap the consequences. Fucking handouts. That's literally just buying votes is what that is. I want to buy young people's votes, so I'm going to pay off their debt. That's bullshit. Houthis agree to allow tugboat to reach Greek oil tanker carrying 1 million barrels of crude oil ablaze in the Red Sea. U.S. Defense Department says the tanker attacked by Houthi rebels over the weekend is likely leaking oil. There you go. Thank you, Houthis, for leaking oil. I hate it when they shut out. Oh, yeah, the BP oil spill, tanker. We're just always just like shitting in the water. Like, let's just kill everything. Yeah, it's not important for survival or anything or just what's right. Ugh. I can hate it. We got some clicky bait stuff. I don't know if it's anything worth reading. Nah, we'll skip it. So, you know what that means? It means, well, we'll go through a day in history. Casablanca actress Ingrid Bergman, born and dies on the same day in history. 1915 she was born, and 1982 she died. That's gotta suck, dying on your birthday. Don't tell my wife this, but I have never seen Casablanca. I mean, I know the big, I was looking at you, kid, like that kind of shit, but I have never seen it, and I guess it's one of her favorite movies. So don't tell her. She doesn't listen to this podcast anyway, so it doesn't matter. Senator John McCain was born in 1936. Michael Jackson was born in 1958. Oh, Michael, you were a good singer dancer, but you might have touched some little kids. So it's kind of funny how some people give people a pass if they're talented enough. Like, he never got canceled. I'm pretty sure he touched some kids. Yeah, that's pretty terrible. Netflix was founded in 1997. That was back whenever they would mail you DVDs. I don't even know if they had DVDs back. Yeah, it was DVD. It might have been a VHS. I don't know when they first, but they would mail it to you. You literally get like this little checkoff list, and you would like say, I want to watch this movie, and they'd mail it to you, and then you mail it back to them when they were done. And people thought that was going to die out. And Blockbuster Video and that kind of stuff where you'd go to the store and you would rent the movie and then you would leave. I thought that would be a sustainable business model. Well, Netflix pivoted to what you see today, where you can just sit on your hiney and watch it from whatever you want from the comfort of your own couch. But I do have to say, there was something really cool about going to like a Blockbuster Video or some other sort of video store with little mom and pop ones, and browsing the new releases, being very disappointed when the movie you wanted to see was out of stock, or video games. I've rented that's how you used to play video games. You'd rent them for like $3 for like 3 days, maybe it was like $5 for 3 days, and you get the late fees too. Ugh. But it was like an event. It was like I don't know how to explain it. It was like a family outing, going to the video store and then coming home and watching some crap that's probably not even very good. Hurricane Katrina made landfall in Louisiana, killing more than 1,800 people in 2005. And we all learned from Kanye West that George Bush hates black people. Well, we have a quote from Ingrid Bergman. Ingrid Bergman. Getting old is like climbing a mountain. You get a little out of breath, but the view is much better. Well, every day I'm getting a little older. And as I get a little older, I'm climbing the mountain of podcasts, where the summit reaching will be thousands upon thousands, maybe even millions of listeners one day. And as I continue to talk, repeating words that are coming from my lips, I might get a little out of breath, especially me being all sick. Takes it all out of you. But once I reach that summit of listener upon listener upon listener, the multitude, the bounty of followers, the view will be much better. So, don't forget to follow, subscribe, and download our podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. Follow us on YouTube. Give us a subscribe. And social media, X, TikTok, and Instagram. Well, thank you for joining me tonight. It has been a pleasure. Glad to be back, even if I still have a little sniffles. Until next time, yippee-yo, let's go. Say ya.